state of Maharashtra, specifically with regard to the recent election results. The RSS mouthpiece appears to be blaming the NCP for the Lok Sabha debacle. Remember that Maharashtra, after Uttar Pradesh, so two big states, after UP, it was Maharashtra where the alliance of the BJP received some shock and surprise when it came to their seats. RSS Weekly appears to have said that this alliance with NCP was the reason behind the fiasco. Remember that from NCP, which has now become a Mahayuti alliance, there are members of the NCP, for example, like Ajit Pawar, who had jumped ship and joined the BJP alliance. Lack of communication, says this RSS Weekly, cost them the seats. RSS pointed a finger basically for the poor show. Is that a justified reason? Is that reason enough? Because 48 seats that were of Maharashtra, that is where the BJP alliance, the NDA alliance, had also suffered. Mustafa Sheikh is joining me this morning for the latest on that. Mustafa, good morning. And isn't it very interesting that this is what they have to say? But what is the reason? Why do you think that RSS mouthpiece believes this? Is this because of ideological differences?
Yes, of course, Pooja. There is ideological difference, and also the Lok Sabha results, which have, in a way, the way they have turned up. And in 2 months, we have state assembly elections. So even after organizer pointing it out in the article, still this Marathi Weekly is which is linked to RSS is writing these articles, which clearly one goes to show that the kind of change which was expected by the party workers on ground in Maharashtra after the results of Lok Sabha, the way it has turned out in Maharashtra, those changes have not happened. So that is one thing why these voices are still being raised. Second is the state election is coming up, and it doesn't seem to the workers that the situation will be any better, and this time it could lead to loss of a crucial state for the BJP. So that's the second reason which has come out. The third is NCP Ajit Pawar is not seen as a natural alliance. Fourth being the narrative which is being set up, and when the BJP workers, they are going to the villages for campaigning, for asking of votes by saying that they are a party with a difference, that the ground level workers are the workers who become the leaders in the BJP. The people, the voters are pointing them out. That BJP has, it's like a washing machine. It is taking imported candidates. The crucial positions in the leadership are being given to the people who have just entered the party, and there were corruption allegations against those people earlier. So these are things which the workers say they are finding difficult to fight as a narrative, because it is being now backed with facts and evidences and what has happened in the background. So setting the political calculations aside, what this mouthpiece is saying, that it's the coalition with the Ajit Pawar NCP which is not going well. Whatever happened.
But you know, Mustafa, then the question also raises that doesn't Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray, Shiv Sena and NCP Congress have similar issues? And yet, how did they then manage to get more seats? That's also something that perhaps will deserve a question. Thank you very much. Mustafa will be tracking the latest. And after Uttar Pradesh, are there rumblings happening in the state of Maharashtra? That is becoming the prime focus, specifically after the shocking results, at least for these two states, which were in many ways the strong bench for the BJP NDA alliance. Joining me, RSS ideologue Ratan Sharda, who's often tried to understand the political calculations on what's been happening and has been a veteran as well in understanding political issues. Mr. Ratan Sharda, thank you for joining us. You help me understand this. Why would this RSS Weekly say that it's possibly the alliance with NCP that cost them the seats?
Well, Pooja, actually, what they have said is actually acknowledged by everybody within the political circles, that these alliances on the both sides would not work, because in the election, the electorate gets very confused. There are two NCPs, there are two BJP, two Shiv Senas, and there is Congress within BJP, there is Congress outside BJP, with so many symbols. And the difference between win and loss would have been just that 1 or 2% people if they voted differently. And this is, as you rightly put out in the last sentence, that it could be also true of other side. I said it before also. So if the difference of voting was only because of consolidated Muslim voting that went in favor of Uddhav Thackeray, or there was no way he would have won. So that is the deciding factor, and the play of caste, which is very complex in Maharashtra. And by the way, I am not ideologue at all. Please avoid that thought. I research on RSS here. And Vivek is not an RSS people. He's deeply inspired by people who are working, who have been inspired by RSS ideology. And as you said, this what I have was even BJP's own internal team. If you look at UP, they have come to similar conclusions in many ways. And in Maharashtra, major issue is that the ideological divide between the Congress family and the Hindutva family has been for long, more than 70 years. I won't go in detail because that is not the time you have in hand.
Interesting.
So it's much more difficult to mix up the voters of the two sides. And I have said earlier also, for both the
So
sides,
perhaps communication and perhaps to understand that further would be better to put in place. But again, the whole issue that other side could have faced the same issue. But that's something worth, as you said, researching on this time. Ratan Sharda, appreciate you joining us. Also joining me on the phone line is Member of Parliament Priyanka Chaturvedi. Priyanka, so clearly the RSS Mouthpiece Weekly appears to believe that one of the political calculations was how can you align with NCP? How does the Cardago justify that? Do you think that's the reason that they could not understand, could not communicate further, and that's why lost the sort or faced the sort of surprise in Maharashtra?
The only reason BJP has lost in Maharashtra is because of the series of betrayal that they carried out with the people of the state, with the various political parties which were their long-standing allies, and bringing in new allies which were absolutely unnatural and unbecoming. People who were accused of corruption were now the deputy chief ministers and ministers in the cabinet. RSS can keep writing pieces after pieces, but who is listening to RSS in the BJP? Mr. JP Nadda has already disowned them, said that we do not need RSS anymore. So Mr. Ratan Sharda has written earlier in Hindi too, has written in English too, and now he has written in Marathi. But the fact on the ground doesn't change. I was surprised to hear him say that Uddhav Thackeray would not have won if BJP wouldn't have aligned with NCP. It's an absolutely ridiculous assessment to make because people on the ground are upset with the Bharatiya Janata Party's series of betrayal and series of work against the interests of Maharashtra.
Priyanka, if I may connect this to Uttar Pradesh, there are a lot of rumblings, discussions happening. So is happening in Maharashtra as well. What do you think how do you see this BJP strategy that a lot of voices are coming forth to talk about discontent?
No, actually, there are two very different states. There you have BJP in absolute majority in Uttar Pradesh, but they are seeming to rebel against Yogi Adityanath. Yogi Adityanath has, the way he's conducted himself, he's the undisputed leader there, but there are rumblings about his leadership. As far as Maharashtra is concerned, there's a series of betrayal that the people of Maharashtra feel has been done by the Bharatiya Janata Party, and using the might of money and might of power, they have broken parties. So two separate issues. However, RSS speaking about the BJP and assessing BJP doesn't really listen to them anymore. It is a sad fact that JP Nadda himself has admitted to it. But however, it is for the BJP to sort its house in order.
Okay.
What is very clear is that people of the country, especially the youth of this country, are totally disconnecting with the kind of politics BJP does.